Hey, Fit Your Time, Amy here. I am going to bring you a request. So, Deb had requested us to work on a little bit of core work with some breathing and kind of connecting your breathing to your core work. And I do it a lot in my bar classes, but I do feel like sometimes I don't slow things down. So, it doesn't mean this is going to be an easy core workout. It's going to be something where I'm going to start and have you really focus in on your core and then go through some basic core exercises using the breathing technique we practice. So, I have a mat and I have a ball today. If you don't have a ball, it's okay, but I do like putting the ball in the small of your back to really focus on the breathing. So just to get things started, go ahead and put your left hand kind of on your abdomen area and your right hand here on your rib cage. And as you take some big breaths, I want you to blow it out and hollow it out. Big breath in, and I want you to feel things expand, and then blow it out, hollow it out. So think about your rib cage opening up and separating as more so than this way, opening this way, and then exhaling, tucking in. So now this time when I do it, I'm going to inhale, expand, exhale with a little bit of a pelvic tilt. So keep that back tall, inhale, exhale. Now let's move our hands to our hips and just do a little bit of that pelvic tilt in. So as you zip up the core, I want you to take the tailbone, tuck it under, and exhale out. Inhale, and exhale. So a lot of times I'll talk about a C curve in your spine, and that's here where you're bringing your spine, instead of being straight, kinetic chain back your neck to your tailbone, you're actually curling in and tucking in that tailbone. So again, inhale and exhale, tuck it in. So let's take it out to the floor and work on it here with the core. So I'm going to take the ball, put it in the small of my back, right here, and I want you to sit up nice and tall. Same concept. And inhale big. Exhale. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you recline into that position. Again, I want you to continue thinking of that little bit of a tuck right here. Inhale tall. Exhale. A lot of times people will say exhale on the exertion, and I feel like during core work, both should be exertion. There shouldn't be one where it's easier than the other. Inhale. Exhale, and when you exhale, think about hollowing it out and making it skinny. So let's take it 2 up and 2 back, inhaling and exhaling. So give me that nice inhale here, and exhale on the 2 back. Blow it out. Inhale through your nose, and if you need to, go ahead and blow it out through your mouth. Relax those shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Let's take it to singles. Inhale, exhale, really focus on the breathing. Inhale and exhale. Right now I have my core tight through this whole move. Exhale, relax those shoulders. Inhale, lift the proud chest. Exhale, recline and seat curve. Inhale and exhale one more time. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. So we're going to hold it back here. We're going to come up and we're going to recline it to where you feel the abs continue to engage, and we're just going to do little isometric pulses. It helps me to kind of dig my heels in here, and you're working from what I call your struggle area. So back as far as almost as you can go, feeling the whole core engage, and just up an inch, down an inch, eliminating a bounce. Like, see how I could just bounce on this ball? We're not doing that. It's controlled in your core. Inhale, exhale, just these little pulses. Good, and pull that core in nice and tight. Awesome. We've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. I'm going to reposition this ball. So go ahead and put it between your thighs, hands behind your head, and I'm going to just do some little pelvic raises. So pelvic tuck, belly button down, drive the tailbone into the spine, and relax. Lift and lower. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. There we go. Squeeze the ball now in between your thighs with your feet on the floor. Up 2 and down 2. So tuck that down. Exhale. Inhale as you lift. Pull everything tight. And exhale. Hands resting. Head resting in your hands. Good. Working on the breathing. working on the pelvic tilt. As you push that lower back into your mat, squeeze your ball. Good, take it to singles. Squeezing the ball. Really focus on that core staying nice and tight. Taking the belly button down into the mat every time you lift. Exhale there and inhale. Now I'm going to add my legs in a reverse tabletop. If this isn't position for you, you keep them on the ground, but you're working to transition into more difficult moves. This is a little more challenging for the lower abs, keeping those lower abs drilled into your mat. Hands behind your head again, lift and lower. Exhale, inhale, exhale, press your back down, inhale. So as you exhale, you're blowing out your air, press that lower back into your mat. Exhale and inhale. Squeeze the ball now and concentrate on the squeeze as you lift. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good. 8. You've got 7. Squeeze that ball. Every time that ball gets squeezed, the lower back is pressed down. 3 more. Lift, exhale. Lift, exhale for 2. And hold everything up here. We're going to just pulse. Pulse and squeeze in. So now I'm keeping my lower back down and just breathing out. Exhale. Presses every time you squeeze that ball. Every time I'm blowing my air out, I'm really focusing on pressing again as my belly button hollows down into the floor. Squeeze, squeeze. Good, exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to drop my hands down here and drop my head and give my neck a little bit of a break here. And I'm going to lower my legs for 2 counts. Pull it back to reverse tabletop for 2 counts. So it's down for 2, and pull it back to center for 2. So as I'm pulling back, once I'm here, let's pause here for a second. Bring it all in by pressing the lower back down and blowing out your air right there. Inhale, blow out the air as you bring everything center. Again, my knees are finishing right over my hips, not coming into my rib cage. So 2 down, 2 up. Inhale, but keep that lower back down. Exhale on that, pulling everything together. Now, options. 2 counts, add the upper body. 2 down. And now where you're dropping your heels to is determined by your core strength. So when you get to a point that you feel is your lowest, if you're not able to keep that lower back down, don't go down that low. So you want to stop. So I'm going to stop here. Can I go a little further? Maybe, but as soon as I feel that lower back pop up is when I need to stop. Exhale, inhale, 2 down. Let's take it to singles. Down, blow it out. So as you're exhaling, that exertion is everything hollowing out in center. You've got 6. And 5, 4, 3, exhale, 2, and 1. I'm going to put both feet down. I'm going to go ahead and press my right hand into the ball on my right leg. Same hand, same leg. And I'm going to lift and press. Lift and press. So I'm pushing that ball against my thigh, not so much on my knee, as I lift and press. And I exhale and press the back into the mat every time I lift. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hit the other side. One hand behind your head, tabletop on those legs, pressing the ball in every time I lift and exhale. Good, lift and exhale. Good, here we go, keep it going. 4 more, lift, lift and press. Lift, press and exhale. In 2 and 1. So I want you to keep the ball on the left leg. I'm going to go cross body now. So I'm crossing with my right hand on my left knee, And doing that same lift. Exhale, press down, pelvic tilt. Good. For 11, 10, exhale, 9, exhale and press, 8, 7, I'm going cross body, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's press the other side. Cross body, opposite arm, lift and exhale. Press that back down every time you lift. Exhale. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to go ahead and sit up. All right, so we're going to go back to the top and go through things again just a little bit quicker, but I want you to acknowledge the difference now, because after your abs are a little more fatigued, putting this ball in here, you're really going to feel things start to shake. You ready? Let's take it up to, exhale, down to, inhale. Up to, exhale, down to, inhale. Now use the core and eliminate the momentum. 2 and 2, lift with the chest. Relax those shoulders, 2 up, 2 down. Keep that going, 2 up, 2 down. Relax the shoulders. Take it to more of a singles. I don't think it's fast, it's just singles. We will go into isometric pulses next, but I want you focusing on the smooth work through your abs rather than the bounce. Good. Exhale right there. Exhale big, blow out all the air. For 7, 6, 5, you got it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to recline into that very difficult struggle spot and just up an inch, down an inch. Just pulse. Blow it out. Good. Pressing down. Doing that little press with your back into that ball. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it up. Go ahead and put the ball between your thighs. Drop those hands down. Put them behind your head. Let's do 2 counts up. Squeeze the ball. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. There you go. Exhale as you squeeze. Press the back down. Squeezing the ball. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. Remember, your head is resting in your hands. Your hands are not pulling on your neck. Good. Squeeze the ball for 2 counts up and down. Take it to singles. Exhale, inhale. Squeeze that ball. I'm actually going to exaggerate this, but I want you to acknowledge a pelvic tilt every time you lift. For 4, 3, 2, next level, bring it up here. Go ahead and lift and squeeze for 2, down for 2. Again, an option would be if you need to keep your hands down, go ahead. Lift and squeeze, 2. Good work. Squeeze and press. So again, on that second count, it should be a pelvic tilt with the lower back going into the mat, belly button down, exhale. Good, let's go. 4 more. 3, exhale. 2, pelvic tilt, exhale. 1, singles, here we go. Don't lose the squeeze on the ball. Come on. 6 more. 7 and 8. If you need to, drop your head. We're going to go 2 counts down, lower abs, 2 counts up. 2 counts down, exhale, when you bring everything together. I want that lower back down, so that's why I want the exhale right there. As you're hollowing that out, push it down. 3 more. 2 more. Squeeze the ball. And you're going to go to singles if you want. Add the upper body when you're together. Blow it out. 3, 4 more. Yes, you can. Here's 4, 3, 2, and awesome work. All right, so that was your breathing technique. If you need to go through it again, go ahead.